What's the most unforgivable thing a teacher ever did? This happened when I was in 8th grade science class with the actual devil incarnate, Ms. Tinley. For context, I had just started getting my period like 6 months before this happened, and it was still super irregular. Like 1 month nothing, then surprise 3 weeks of hell, then nothing for 2 months. Middle school was already a nightmare without adding that fun little roller coaster. Anyway, I'm sitting in Ms. Tinley's class. She was this late 40s woman who wore exclusively beige and had the personality of unseasoned chicken, and we're doing some boring worksheet about the periodic table or whatever. I start feeling this weird sensation and immediately I'm like, oh no, but I convince myself it's just anxiety or something. After like 10 minutes I realize I need to check ASAP, so I raise my hand and ask to go to the bathroom. Ms. Tinley does this whole dramatic sigh and goes, you should have gone during lunch period, and I'm like literally dying inside because I can feel something's wrong, but I don't want to announce, hey, I think I'm bleeding through my pants to the whole class. She finally lets me go, and sure enough, disaster has struck. I had bled through my jeans, not like a tiny spot, but enough that it was very visible on my light blue jeans. I'm literally having a panic attack in the bathroom stall because I have nothing to change into. I have to go back to class. Everyone will see. So I do the only thing I can think of. I take my hoodie and tie it around my waist and head back to class praying no one notices. When I walk back in, Ms. Tinley looks at me with this weird expression and asks why I have my hoodie tied around my waist when it's not even hot in here. I just mumble something about being cold and try to slip back to my seat. But then, this woman says, actually, why don't you show the class what you're hiding with that hoodie? I literally freeze, like my soul left my body. I just stare at her like, excuse me? And she repeats herself, louder this time. The whole class is looking at me now. My friend Ava tries to help by saying, Ms. Tinley, can we just get back to the worksheet? But Tinley is on some power trip and says, no, I want to know why she's breaking dress code by wearing her hoodie like that instead of properly. I'm literally about to cry and I whisper, I can't. And she goes, why not? What are you hiding? At this point, I'm so mortified, I just blurt out, I had an accident, thinking maybe she'll understand the girl code or whatever. But no. She goes, what kind of accident? The entire class is dead silent. Boys are starting to snicker. I can feel my face burning. I finally just whisper, I got my period and bled through my pants. And instead of being a normal human being with compassion, she goes, oh, well that's why we have bathroom passes for lunch period. You'll need to clean up your chair before you leave. The chair. The freaking chair. Which yes, had a small stain on it now. I'm standing there in complete shock when she points to the cleaning supplies closet and tells me to get the disinfectant spray and paper towels. So there I am, 13 years old, crying, bleeding, having to spray and wipe my own period blood off a chair while the entire class watches. Ava tried to help, but Ms. Tinley told her to sit down. Not one adult stepped in. The bell finally rang and I bolted out of there and hid in the bathroom for the next period. The only reason this story doesn't end with me transferring schools from trauma is what happened next. My mom, who is normally super chill, absolutely lost it when I told her what happened. I had never seen her so angry in my life. The next day, she marched into school with a bag containing my bloody jeans and demanded to see the principal and Ms. Tinley together. I wasn't in the room, but apparently my mom slammed the jeans on the desk and asked if they thought humiliating a child over a natural bodily function was appropriate educational practice. Then she asked Ms. Tinley if she'd like to clean her own bodily fluids in front of 30 judging teenagers. Ms. Tinley was forced to make a public apology to me and had to attend some kind of sensitivity training. She was gone the next year, either transferred or fired, no one really knew.